Hi, it's Jim from Indy Power Products, and this video has tips on how to install our 7.3-liter Ford Godzilla oil system eliminator kit that replaces the stock oil pan and eliminates the Ford variable pressure control. The eliminator system consists of components that bolt to the Ford stock oil pump as well as a fully baffled rear sump pan. First, we have to remove the stock oil pan. A couple tips for removing that oil pan. There are 3 bolts from the top, 1 on this side, 2 on the other that must be removed, as well as an oil transfer tube and the oil cooler located on the other side of the block. Once all the fasteners are removed, the pan is held to the block with RTV very securely. There are several pry points around the pan to pry the pan off from the block. Removing the oil transfer tube. Okay, remove the 5 bolts holding the oil cooler on, and remove the oil cooler. And then once that oil cooler, the oil transfer tube, and all the bolts are replaced, begin the process of prying the oil pan off. One of the things you're going to want to watch for is the slider ring for the oil pump falling out of place as you remove the rear cover. That's the slider ring right there, and that's one of the reasons we have the tray, is to catch that ring should it fall out. So you're going to remove the stock cover. You're going to install the Indy Power Products cover with 5 of the stock bolts you just removed and 1 of the bolts provided in the kit. The next tip is to be sure to install all the plugs into the stock oil pump. Use oil to lubricate the O-rings. Plug the original oil pickup, the original oil outlet, and the variable displacement feed. Those plugs are retained by the oil pan. Now that you have the oil pump cover with the built-in pressure relief valve installed, all the plugs installed, check your torques and fasteners per the instructions. You can install the pickup tube. And the important detail to mention here on the pickup tube is that it is designed to be oriented in 2 different ways. It is sent to you in the street orientation. The snap ring can be removed. The cover can be picked up and rotated 180 degrees, moving the pickup window about 1 inch backwards, and that is intended for drag race applications. Next tip is be sure to put a little bit of RTV at the 4 corners where the front and rear cover meet the engine block. A couple of important notes before you install the oil pan. Make sure the oil inlet O-ring is in place. You can use grease to hold that in place. Verify that your oil pan sealing O-ring is in place. That is held in with a dovetail groove. Your 2 dowels, locating dowels, are installed, and the baffle is installed. Okay, a couple of important notes now that you have your oil pan installed is to make sure you have the face seal O-ring installed on the oil outlet tube boss. And then be sure to use, again, lubrication on all the O-rings. Slide your oil outlet tube in place. And again, that O-ring can be held in place with grease also. And then on your oil into the engine, you have a couple options. Dash 10 or dash 12 options are available. And this oil into the engine fitting can be installed in this position or this position. And then install the plug in the position you're not using, and be sure to torque all your fasteners per instructions. One thing you want to absolutely be sure of is that you plumb to the remote filter correctly. Oil out of the engine plumbs to filter inlet, filter outlet plumbs to engine oil in. Your Indy Power Products Eliminator kit was shipped with very detailed instructions. This video is intended to highlight some of the most important items included in the instructions. Thank you for watching.